It's Madden NFL 24. And coming up, it's Zay Flowers. He rises when it matters most, and he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Ravens and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go on EA Sports. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on third down. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And when you think about great seasons in recent memory, he's definitely putting one together here. There's a good chance he's going to go over 5,000 yards passing for the season. He's just a little bit under that mark coming in. And I tell you, it's pretty rarefied air when you get up there with numbers like this.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. This defense for the Bengals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
First carry now for Justice Hill. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. You talk about this Bengals defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
The It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The Ravens at 13-2 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Burrow will throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
Well, look at this Baltimore defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
This is taken at the 18. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But you know, we always talk about how coaches say we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
Oh, that's absolutely right. And that comes all the way down from the front office. They built their teams to win their division first, because if you do that, you guarantee that first game at home. Yeah, if you get the #1 seed in the bye, that's terrific. The bottom line, Get into the playoffs. There are a heck of a lot of teams watching that wish they were in your spot.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. Well, these two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one. So now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second and goal from the 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Martavis Bryant from a yard out.
And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Patrick Queen,
he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go play action now. Jackson. Here's a diving catch right side. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
I love that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was the tight end. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they touchdown!
J.K. Dobbins with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now Burrow on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
To the air again, Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow. And it is caught. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Knight. Touchdown, Bengals. Zonovan Knight, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Jackson on first down. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They go play action with Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
13.
Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Martavis Bryant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, 11 Thomas.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulled out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 3rd and goal. Jackson steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of CD. They certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Play action. Now Jackson.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. But the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11.
A handoff as they run the counter play.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
12. And the Bengals 1st down. 11 empty.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 24.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense back out there. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill.
Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This is 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown. DJ Chark, 69 yards.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Bengals 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
12.
Now Burrow. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. Inside the 10.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Here we go.
After the pick 6, here's Burrow again.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Trenton Simpson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Jackson now, flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 29. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And after that last play, we've got an injured man, and it's a big one. Joe Burrow shaken up. We hope this is nothing serious. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. White looks to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Take it at the 37.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, White. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's White on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. From the shotgun, here's White.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly. Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Baltimore,
they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.